A master potter named Kenji spent 3 years trying to create one perfect tea bowl. Each morning before dawn, he shaped clay. Each evening, he destroyed his work. The rim was uneven, a bubble in the glaze, the color one shade wrong. His teacher, Master Tanaka, watched this cycle for months without speaking. Then one day, Tanaka did something shocking. He took Kenji's latest bowl and dropped it himself. The bowl shattered. Kenji stared. "Why would you break it?" Tanaka said nothing. He gathered the pieces and disappeared. 3 weeks later, Tanaka returned with the bowl. It was transformed. The cracks were filled with gold. Each break glowed like lightning, frozen in ceramic. The uneven rim remained, the imperfect glaze untouched. But now those flaws were highlighted, celebrated, made beautiful. Kenji looked up. "This is the bowl I destroyed." Tanaka shook his head. "No, this is the bowl you created." The breaking was not the end. It was the beginning. You have felt what Kenji felt. You start things, but never finish because they are not good enough. You have ideas, but keep them locked away. You look at yourself and see only flaws. The weight you cannot lose. The career that did not go as planned. The relationship that ended. You hold yourself to impossible standards, and when you fail, you call it weakness. But what if the thing you are trying to fix is exactly what makes you valuable? We are taught that broken things belong in the trash. A cracked phone screen must be replaced. A failed plan means you failed. Social media shows lives without rough edges. So you try harder to be perfect, and the gap between who you are and who you think you should be grows wider. This is not strength. This is suffering. In 15th century Japan, something unexpected happened. Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimasa broke his favorite tea bowl. He sent it to China for repair. It returned held together with ugly metal staples. The repair destroyed what made the bowl beautiful. Yoshimasa asked his craftsmen, "Can you do better?" They developed kintsugi, golden joinery. Instead of hiding breaks, they filled them with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The cracks became the most beautiful part. Collectors became so obsessed that some were accused of deliberately breaking valuable pottery just to repair it with gold. This was not just about pottery. It was a completely different way of seeing. The Japanese called it Wabi-Sabi. Wabi means finding beauty in simplicity. Sabi means finding beauty in age and wear. Together, Wabi-Sabi teaches that profound beauty exists in things that are imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. The first truth is Kanketsu, incompleteness. Nothing is ever finished. A Japanese garden intentionally leaves empty spaces. A master leaves parts of paper blank. This is not laziness. It is understanding that completion is an illusion. When something is perfectly complete, it dies. When something remains incomplete, it stays alive. Think about kintsugi. The repaired bowl is not trying to look unbroken. The gold draws your eye directly to where it shattered. The bowl that has been broken and repaired is more valuable than one that never broke. Why? Because it has lived. It has a history. The golden cracks prove it survived something. Your life carries these golden cracks. The job you did not get led you somewhere better. The relationship that ended taught you what you need. The plan that fell apart made space for what matters. You think these are failures to hide. They are gold running through your story. The second truth is Shibu, the beauty of weathering. In Japan, an old temple with worn beams is more beautiful than a new building. A teacup showing years of use holds more value than one fresh from the kiln. Time adds something newness cannot provide. Depth, character, proof of endurance. A businessman named Hiroshi was about to throw away his grandfather's old briefcase. It was scratched and worn while his colleagues carried pristine bags. Then he stopped and really looked at it. The handle was worn smooth from 40 years of commuting. The corner was scuffed from being set down 10,000 times. This bag was a map of his grandfather's discipline. A new bag would just be an object. This bag was a teacher. you carry your own Shibu, the scar from surgery, the calluses from work you care about, the gray hair from solving problems. Western culture tells you to erase these. Wabi-Sabi says they are your credentials. When you hide them, you hide your authority. The third truth is Seijaku, tranquil acceptance. Not giving up, but something more powerful. Recognizing what is real and responding with clarity instead of panic. A young woman named Yuki prepared weeks for the most important presentation of her career. She practiced until perfect. She created elaborate slides. The day arrived. In front of 50 executives, the projector died. Her slides were gone. She had a choice. She could freeze. Instead, she took one breath, remembered Seijaku, and accepted what was happening. She gave her presentation from memory, speaking directly to people instead of reading slides. Later, 3 executives approached her. They all said the same thing. That was the best presentation we have seen in years. The imperfection revealed something more authentic than perfection ever could. This is what Western perfectionism misses. The perfect conditions never arrive. The perfect plan falls apart. The perfect version of yourself does not exist. You can spend your life waiting to begin until everything is right. Or you can begin now, imperfect and incomplete. Wabi-Sabi does not lower the bar. It removes the bar that was always impossible. Here is how you apply this. 1. Take the project you have been delaying and work on it for 30 minutes today in its imperfect state. Make it real, not perfect. 2. Find something you own that shows age or use. Study it for 5 minutes. What story do those marks tell? 3. When something goes wrong today, practice Seijaku. Take one breath. Say, this is what is happening. Feel the difference between fighting reality and accepting it. 4. Identify one flaw you see in yourself. A mistake, a gap, a scar. Stop seeing it as damage. This is where your gold shows. 5. Spend 10 minutes doing nothing, not improving, just being present. Kenji never created the perfect bowl, but after seeing his work transformed by gold, he stopped trying. He began making bowls that were intentionally asymmetrical. He embraced imperfections. His work became known throughout Japan, not despite the flaws, but because of them. People said his bowls felt alive. A perfect bowl is just an object. An imperfect bowl made with acceptance is art. You do not need to fix everything before you begin. You do not need perfect conditions. Your cracks can be filled with gold if you stop seeing them as failures and start seeing them as proof that you have lived fully. The pursuit of perfection is not noble. It is a trap that keeps you small. The acceptance of imperfection is freedom. If you are ready to stop fighting yourself and honor what is real, write in the comments, I will embrace my imperfections. Thank you for watching.